I want to know what your experience is like in nature. This is such a fundamental experience to being a human, and yet we don't really talk about our relationship to nature and what it actually feels like. And I want to share a little bit about my experience with you because it brings me so much joy and it really brings me back into the present moment. And I feel so alive and connected in nature that I want everyone on this planet to feel and experience this way. And I don't know if everybody already experiences it this way, and I just don't have conversations about it, or this is something that other people talk about, and I'm just like not clued in that everyone's having this experience. But I want to tell you what I feel because I feel like a part of everything all the time, but yet distinct. And when I look around at these trees and the rocks and the water, it's like everyone speaks. I can feel the aliveness and the consciousness in everything. And it makes me so happy. Like all I want to do is sit in nature, and I spend so much time alone in nature, but I want to bring this feeling and this connection to life in a way that is accessible to people. And I've been trying to tune into like how does that want to come to be, because I know it can come through my voice. I can sing it, or I could bring my ceremonial drum. I could create space with other people. A spirit just walked by. I've always been able to see the guardians of the land and the indigenous ones here, and I can't imagine what kind of planet we would live on if people truly remembered. Because to me, this is how I experience love. And I think if we lived in a world where people lived their experience of love in everything that they do and they say, then we would live on a very different planet. And more people are starting to remember. But like, you don't need psychedelics to get there. Just come back. Put your feet on the ground. I want to tell you a quick story. So when I was 18, I experienced a traumatic brain injury that turned my brain and my memory into a goldfish. And it took me about 4 years before I even started the beginning of my healing journey. Between that period of time, it was pretty disorienting for me. And I went down the rabbit hole of healing in a very unusual way for myself. And I'm 35 now, so it's been 17 years. And I have had many different awakening experiences and remembering experiences. And I offer my wisdom to people in energy healing sessions and energy scans and holding ceremony and retreats and good things like that. But what I really want to share with you is back in 2009 when I was 18 and I experienced a car accident and a concussion. It took me about, 3 months before I could drive again. And the first time I got in a car, and I really shouldn't have been driving, honestly. My focus, all of that was not there. My balance, coordination, hand-eye coordination, not there. But I got in a car, I drove to a park, and I sat in a park all day, and I was in like a state of samadhi. And I looked around and it felt like 5 minutes. I was probably sitting for 8 or 9 hours at the base of a tree. And I was looking around and I was in everything. I could feel all the leaves and the trees around me and the plants, but it's extending far beyond that forest. I was literally all love, all joy, all pain, all sex, all torture, all suffering, all of it at the same time. And it felt blissful. And it was that memory and that day that carried with me throughout the next 10 years of my healing path and journey that held me on during the times of really deep, dark depression and navigating the underworlds. I have so much compassion for people who are in it and who are going through their own awakening experience, because it does take confronting yourself in different ways. And I think for me, mostly, the homecoming is really coming back to nature and coming back to that fundamental remembering that this is the physical body connection, is our connection to the land. And I want to know what your connection feels like to you. How do you experience nature and the plants? What is your sense like? Do you feel it? Do you hear it? Do you taste it? I've got a little dog friend. Hee hee.